Okay, hopefully this will be a video to help the ASR feel more comfortable using Teams on their phone, that Mr. Fat Fingers myself can navigate it quite easily. Hopefully this will build their confidence in being able to navigate it and do the things we're asking them to do. So of course, Teams is this icon right here. You get that from the App Store, you download it, and then it's, of course, the license of it is part of the Microsoft suite that we have the license to, which each ASR has a license to. You will use your user ID and password credentials to access. Once you key that in and gain access, you only have to put it in there once. So to get in, you simply tap it, and it will probably go through a tutorial, which just go through the tutorial and learn as much as you can. But generally, once the tutorial's done, it will default to this Teams icon right here in the middle. You got this menu along the bottom. You have activity, chat, Teams, calendar, and calls. We really only use Teams right here, right? And that's where all these channels are. Okay. The channels that you've been invited to will show. If you haven't been invited to them, they won't show. For those in the central region, you should see, if you're district manager, you will see central region DMs. If you're an ASR, you should see central region ASRs, and the DMs have access to and can see this as well. And of course, each of you will have access to your individual Teams site. I always encourage district managers to use their team channel for their district for their own purpose. If they want to add spreadsheets, modify them, change them, it really exists for their purpose. It's basically, for the lack of a better word, it's a Dropbox. Okay, everybody who's familiar with Dropbox, being able to gain documents in a remote or in a common place and be able to access them, change them, manipulate them, save them in a common area as if you were hooked to the same computer. That's really what Teams is. Okay, it's a Dropbox. They have these little arrows on the behind the icon. If you touch the arrow, the sub channels will disappear. To access them, if you can't see the sub channels, you just simply touch the main channel and the sub channels will appear. So these are called channels, and these are, for the lack of a better word, sub channels. So to just quickly show, first of all, I want to show what I'm asking the ASRs to do in the central region so that they understand that first. Then I'll come back and I'll kind of introduce what else is in here second, because there's a lot of information in there. I update it and I keep it regular, I keep it relevant. I do not like to put anything on Teams that I don't feel you actually need. So become familiar with what's on there. You don't necessarily need to know everything within each document, but at least know what's there at your fingertips. The whole idea of Teams is it gives you access to things at your fingertips on the go while you're in a store, etc. Okay, rather than feeling like you're tied to the ball and chain of a PC or a laptop. Okay, so let's go to Houston. Houston, this is their channel right here. Everybody has a general channel, which is where I'll put kind of miscellaneous things, and then of course the monthly count. If I touch the monthly count, it will bring me into the conversation piece, and I always have to switch that over to files, so I touch that to files because I don't really use the conversation piece. I have two files in there. There is the calendar in there, but I won't go into that now. I want to go into the spreadsheet and make sure you understand how to operate the spreadsheet. So by touching the spreadsheet, you will see the 979 warehouse count and parts order form come up. bear in mind this is just a viewer. You cannot change or alter cells within the viewer. You can only look, you can only view. Okay? If you are ready to key in your inventory, you have to touch the little pencil in the box. And the pencil in the box launches Excel's mobile version. I would automatically, before when you download Teams, I would go ahead and download from the App Store or your Play Store the Excel mobile version, the Word mobile version, and the PowerPoint mobile version. So you have all three on there, because there are those three types of documents there. Keep in mind that right now there are different tabs. This is the Houston tab. Okay, each inventory or storage location has a different tab. Okay, Beaumont, you got to touch it to see Beaumont. To see Harlingen, you touch it, Austin, San Antonio, so on and so forth. Okay, but again, this is just a viewer. Okay, if I want to change things, we've been playing with the Carentro, Louisiana tab. To change anything, again, you have to touch the pencil and the square box. So you touch it, and it will open it up in the Excel mobile version. Now I can actually make changes on here. Okay? I can zoom in, zoom out, whatever works for you. The intent of this, again, is communication between the ASR and the district manager. I really don't have much to do with it. I encourage people to use it, but it's really information for your district manager. Okay? And this gives the ability for you to count your legacy machines, your ProDeep machines, and your portable spot cleaner machines. It also gives you an opportunity to tell your manager at the end of each month how many case counts you have. Okay, and just by the case, don't worry about eaches. If you have 2 skids of something, you can note just 2 skids in there. Okay, it's not too scientific, right? You don't need to put cases or anything. It's implied that it's a case count. To add numbers is quite easy. You just simply double tap any tab, and you can type in the number. And I have big fingers. Go to the next tab, 7. Next tab, 8. Next tab, 9. See how easy that is? Really quite easy. And if you need it to be bigger, zoom in bigger. Okay? You can also type your numbers in this window up here at the top. So if you wanted to delete that, you can backspace it and type your number in on the window, just like any Excel spreadsheet. Okay. I also have a column called I Need. And the I Need is not designed to be a product order. Don't put your whole product order in there, because it's only designed to be, to communicate to your district manager that you're maybe in need of some Menards product or a specific product you think they might overlook. And but mostly the district manager can tell based on your inventory what you have and what you need. Okay, you don't have to put in your actual full order there. Okay, that full order is processed separately in a Teams app accessed by your district manager called the STO file, and that's where he places the actual order. Okay, the whole purpose of this is to make communicating to your district manager when he asks for an inventory of your warehouse a nice clean checklist without you having to scribble this down on a post-it note or on a piece of paper and handwriting out Oxy 96 and writing the quantity, and hopefully it's legible. This is designed to be a time saver, not a time consumer. Okay, so please view it that way. And then of course any parts you need, you can note down here. I've noted not every part, but the most commonly used parts will be found in here. Occasionally there are items that you can't find in here, and you can add them, but just make sure you add the part number and tell your manager what it is, right? Whatever that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty easy to add stuff. Then give a quantity. I needed 3 of those. Okay? Quite easy to do. Okay? I suggest as you go about your month, as you find that you need items or supplies, go in here, add what your needs are so that you can key in the quantities and it's queued up ready for the end of the month, so that when your district manager asks you, okay, tell me what you need, or what are your supplies that you need, it's already populated. You don't have to go back and think about, there was some stuff I needed. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah. It's designed to be a checklist, as well as, it's always wise to go through here and just slowly, do I need this, do I need this, do I need this? It's a good checklist, as well as recording and getting it off your mind so you can go back to your daily tasks. Okay? So, updating's quite easy. Again, make sure you're in the right tab. Don't be in Houston and start entering numbers in for Carentro. Make sure you can touch this little thing down here. It's basically the tab icon, and it will give you your tabs down here. In the preview it's at the top, but in Excel you'll find it on the bottom. And then you can go under Houston, touch it, and then it goes to the Houston tab. Okay? Don't forget there are different tabs for different inventory locations. I have included the parts lookup, and this is your traditional parts order form. If you touch that, it's a pretty comprehensive list of what you're used to seeing, of everything we carry. Okay? If you need to find something, you can hit the magnifying glass and search filter. Search, and it will start searching for anything with filter in the description. Okay? And if you need to use this, you can use it to look up things that, items that may not be on the list. Okay? To exit out of it, you don't have to hit save or anything. It auto saves automatically once you type it in there. There's no saving it or anything like that. Your district manager will likely use this actually to place the order. He downloads the spreadsheet and can create, manipulate it, and actually make a parts order, an order form out of it. So let me get out of here and show you the rest. I know I bumped my phone. Let me make sure it's still viewable in my camera, which it looks like it is. Alright, I think we're okay. Let me show you what else is available in here. Of course, if you're in the West region, they have their own channel and works basically the same way, right? Under ASR General, always have to switch it over to Files. Okay, we've got all the machine blueprints of the machine. Anything you want to look up, it's the blueprints. You can look it up for the ProDeep, zoom in on an item, try and determine what the part number is. It's all on here, right? You can find out what it is. I have recently put truck weight capacity, and that's important to know what your truck weight capacity is at your fingertips, and Blake just sent this out, and you can look up what your Nissan's truck capacity is, how many cases you can put on there, or how many cases is too many. The how-to videos is always very helpful. I keep this current, and it's YouTube training links to be able to watch and view. Like, say you want to know how to build a 3-machine rack, that's on there. is that at? It's towards the bottom. There it is right there. If I want to watch how to build a 3-machine rack, I can quickly touch it. Maybe you're in the store and you need help and you're a new employee. That information's there, and it illustrates how that can be done. Okay. There is the ancillary rollout instructions, the rollout picture that I think is helpful for people to visualize the old and new and what's becoming the new. Menards service card, Menards pressure washer parts, power supply diagram. I know that's helpful for many to know what posts go on which screw on the power supply. Authorized disinfectant, that's on there where you can buy it, what it looks like. Home Depot, Walmart, everybody should be using that item. Routing triggers, maybe you have a question on understanding what causes a store to trigger. I've compiled that information, at least based on what I understand it to be. I do have an important things to know, which, I have a section on the handheld, how to care for it, how to store it, how to recharge it when it freezes up. A lot of information this is mostly helpful for new hires or people that are still pretty new to the company. It's mostly up to date. Tools for service. You can see what tools I recommend every truck should have, what size, the information therein. And if I go back out, there's also let me go to planograms, POGs. Okay, that's what we probably use it recently the most for. There's the Kroger comprehensive planograms, and that's every planogram that Kroger has published to us that we can go in, take a look, see what's accessible to us. See how handy that is, how easy that is. Now granted, my phone's connected to Wi-Fi, so when you're using data, it may take maybe a little slower than that, but it's all there. I do have planograms all, and then of course it has a list of all the planograms for modified rack 5, 7, 9, and 11, so on and so forth. Okay. Conference calls. This is another thing I like to do. If you're the kind of personality that likes to stay in the loop as to what the latest is going on, I do record the regional conference call notes. I'll post in here. This is for 12/30 of 19, and different subject matters that we discussed that ASRs are privy to. Of course, not everything's in there, but things that are we can share and discuss amongst ASRs. Like in a district meeting are found here. If a district manager wanted to use this as his conference call notes that he speaks to, he can use this as well. So I kind of keep the last 12 weeks of information in here. I don't know how much it's used. I try to put things in there that I think are helpful. And then of course we have special projects. Right now we're doing a pressure washer serial number replacement tag thing, and to post that spreadsheet in a common place for everyone to have visibility to it, I thought this would be a good place to put it. And if you can't get into Teams or won't get into Teams, you won't have access to all these things. So anyways, I put that in there. And give them access. There's, I probably did mention, but the Central Region District Manager channel is just open to district managers, information that they'll need. And then of course ASRs have access to the ASR channel and the district managers. And then of course each district has their own, and only the district, that team or that district, ASRs in that district and the district manager have access to their own teams. So if you're wondering if Teams is going away, it won't. Rug Doctor will continue to use this more and more often, so it's important that you become more comfortable with it, familiar with it, and use it to your advantage and use it to help your work life easier, okay, and keep you more informed. That's really the intent. Okay, so please warm up to it, and please force yourself to practice it and get good at it. Again, my hands are big and I can easily navigate those spreadsheets on the phone. So I hope that has sold this product to you, and you guys are more excited about it. Thank you.